Right guys, welcome back to UK Highland Photography. So just let me quickly take a selfie here. Okay, so let me get one more. Right, so yeah guys, welcome back to UK Highland Photography. Now I've just done all my pre-flight checklists and we're basically ready to start flying. Now I've not made, a flight video for UK Highland Photography. So I think this is going to be the very first one we do. Now I'm flying the DJI Phantom 3 and because it's autumn, so let me just get this exposure down here. Because it's autumn, we're going to try and get some photographs of what the trees do look like. So let me just pan over here because I seen a tree that actually did capture my attention. Now let me just fly over here. There it is. So I want to go over towards this tree and I want to get a photograph of it. You see it here by where the plus sign is? It looks like a dead tree. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to lower in altitude and then I'm going to take a photograph of that tree. Now let me come a little bit lower. So there we go, you see it there. So let me just grab a quick shot of that. I think that's something that I could possibly, what's the word, crop into Lightroom and boost the colours of that. The saturation and stuff like that. Okay, so I think that's enough of that. Let's see if there's anything interesting, guys. Okay, so as we can see, there's not that much colour, is there? When we're talking about saturation, I thought it would be a lot more, ready to fall off the trees, but it just looks like that this is the beginning of autumn. So what I'm going to do, guys, is we're going to get an above shot. So let's just switch the camera down. So here we go. So I think these might make interesting photos. Oh, I like that. Okay, let me just bring the aircraft back. Yeah, I like that tree there in the center. You see that, guys? So let me take a photo of that. That's actually, let me just side shift over, otherwise I'm gonna have to Photoshop it. I gotta admit, I do like that tree bang in the center there, guys. One more. Right, so let me just tilt the camera up, see what we see. That's actually quite cool. So let me just bring that down again. Okay, so let me actually make a video of this. So if I do, see, the problem is when I record video, it's going to change my exposure. Watch this. No, actually the exposure is not that bad. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a reveal. So if we just move the camera up like this, you will see that we're doing a very smooth pan. Now these are absolutely ideal when it comes to introductions to videos, such as my Fox Recon project. Now if you've not seen my Fox Recon project, please do visit www.foxrecon.com and you will see what it is that I'm talking about. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to fly over here. Now that house you see in the distance, basically behind that is a Macclesfield Canal. Now we're at a height of 70 meters. So I'm just going to examine what this pyre stuff is. Actually, let's just make a photograph here, guys, yeah? I think the only thing that would make this photograph better is if we could get the train running past on them train tracks. But I do know that one is already past. So let me just try and change my exposure up here. So that's a little bit too thing. Okay, I'm going to go with this and take the photo. Oh, actually, I'm still recording on it. Silly me. And guys, I think I hear a train coming. Now, if there is a train coming, it's going to be the train coming from Manchester to Buxton. But I honestly don't think that we will be waiting around for that train to arrive, because it's just going to be eating the batteries. Okay, so this image ain't turning out the way I'd like it to turn out. Now that one doesn't actually look bad, does it? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to increase in height, because increasing in height helps me with my signal. Now I don't know if any of you boys actually do drone photography like this, but I can honestly say, I actually feel that drone photographers are actually a special breed of photographers. You know, many photographers would cry if they get, you know, a little scratch on the body of the DSLR, you know, and all that stuff. Whereas, like, look at us. If this falls out of the sky, it's a very expensive camera that's going to break. Now, if we have a look down here, we can see that now I'm above the Macclesfield Canal. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a photograph of this, because I do like this. I'm going to get a photograph of that. I'm now going to look down, see what's, oh, I actually like this. So if I come forward, we've got the railway track meeting the aqueduct. So this is Macclesfield Canal, and then in the centre we have on the sides we have the railway tracks. You've just got to keep in mind, guys, that I'm flying an aircraft here, so I've got to pay all my attention onto that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to back up a bit, and then I'm going to start recording another video, and we'll just use this as a flight down to the marinas, because there's narrow boats all packed up down there. So what we're going to do, oh man, this is absolutely awesome, look at this. So what we're going to do is we're going to press record, and we are now just going to fly down here. Now, if you're thinking about getting into drone photography yourself, you're probably asking yourself, you know, what is the best drone to buy for beginners? And I can tell you now, guys, it is not the DJI products. The reason being is DJI products are not made to be crashed. Okay, you hear that? DJI did not make their drones to be crashed. Instead, they made their drones to be aircrafts in order to not hit anything. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to turn around here, and then I'm going to get a shot of these guys down here. When I say these guys down here, I mean these guys in the narrow boats. So let me just stop the video here. Okay, and let me just pan up a bit, and let's get this photograph here. Now what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to be cheeky, and I'm going to go overhead and get the narrow boats. More something like this. I think that looks pretty cool. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think it's cool. Funny thing is, guys, I've just heard a train. A train is actually going past me now as we do speak. And I know we're not going to have enough time to get up there and get it. But yeah, getting back onto the subject, so what is the best drone for beginners? Well, to be honest with you guys, I really do think that it is the Parrot Bebop. The Parrot Bebop, you know, you can just crash that drone over and over again and it refuses to die. The amount of crashes I've had with my Parrot Bebop drone is unbelievable, and it's still working to this day. Now, I don't know if you know the story. I crashed my Parrot Bebop for a full 6 months in their field, and it survived. You know, that's unbelievable. I know my DJI Phantom 3 that would not have survived. Sorry, did I say 6 months? I meant 5 months. My DJI Phantom 3 would not survive 5 months in the field with the British weather, but my Powered Bebop did. Right guys, so let's see what else is going on. Bearing in mind, I'm thinking about autumn. So I really want to see autumn colours, but there's nothing really, you know, that's taking my interest. So let me just have a look around here. Yeah, there's nothing really there that says, you know, autumn as such. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to adjust this exposure again for down here, and I'm going to do another flight. Actually, it's just, let's do a flight around the canal whilst we look down. And I will use my map to give me a reference. Right, let me just get this tilt up. And one more photo before we begin. Okay, so let's record. And let's use... Okay, so my map is not really helping me out there because I've not covered this area. So I'll just manually fly. So here we go. Now, I would actually say the drone does not appear to be flying very straight. So I'm predicting that there's gusts up above. But what we'll do, we'll just follow it around, and you never know, we might get a 10-second clip or something. So again, I'm going to try another reveal here, guys. There's the train tracks, and the camera's slowly tilting up, and there we go. Now in the distance is basically Marpo and Glossip, but I am actually over here. I'm actually over here, so I'll just bring the drone back home. And I got to admit, again guys, there's nothing really interesting about this flight today, which is actually, you know, a shame, because I was really looking forward to this flight. So I think I see a little bit of colour down here. Oh, I see a little bit of colour down here, so let's see if we can get a photo of that. See if that looks interesting. If it's something we could perhaps, you know, work on. I don't know. Perhaps if I bring the aircraft down in altitude. So I do have visual of my aircraft. And again, you know, I think this image is just looking pretty darn bland. You know, there's nothing really special that's making me, you know, yeah, there's just nothing here, guys, that's doing anything for me. You know, there's a house here in the distance, but I don't want to be flying over people's personal property, so I'm going to stay away from that. But what I can do is I can take a general wide shot of this area. So it's just adjust for the exposure again. Right, now we're coming up a little bit too high. I think that's perfect. So we'll take a photo here. And again, it's gone a little bit screwy with the exposure. So I'm going to use my wheel down. Bring down to a negative. Now this is the brilliant thing about the DJI Phantom 3, is that it allows you the ability to do this all from pressing the buttons on the remote control, whereas if you're flying with the DJI standard, you have to do it all via the tablet, all through menus. And I got to admit, it really is annoying working with menus within tablets. It's a lot better just having it here at your fingers, you know, on the outside of the remote control. But yeah, guys, you know, I think, you know, There's nothing really else to see here, and I think we should come back a different day. But yeah, there you go guys, you've just watched the very first drone video on UK Highland photography. I look forward to making many more, but for now, as you can see, there's nothing interesting whatsoever on this flight. So right guys, let me bring the drone back home and I'll catch you all in the next video.